Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Harakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great news, not surely do well. And peace and blessings unto the Archangel, sure the four corners of the world. I preach the truth, Let's get gospel. All sincerity and with all diligence. This is Martin once again, coming from the Great Millstone branch here in Trinidad West. It is coming through the Spirit of the Holy Lord to do another lesson. It's gonna be quick. It's just gonna be based off of this article here. I just going on highlight one movie that I saw the same thing happen, and bring a couple precepts after. It's possible that it may have more movies with the same ideology or the same storyline, but the only one that comes to my mind right now is the one that I'm gonna bring out. It says AstraZeneca sees $4 billion in the juice sales as revenue soars. And soars means to climb, as revenue climbs. So these people out here, what they're actually doing, they're actually getting rich off of the simplicity of you people in the world, off of the lack of knowledge, off of your fear. They're using it against you, and they're becoming rich, and they're becoming wealthy off of you not knowing the truth. And the more you allow it, is the more that it's gonna take place. They're not gonna change. They're not gonna change a system that's been working, for decades or maybe even centuries. It says. Source Associated Press, London Associated Press. AstraZeneca recorded a big jump in revenue on Thursday as it begins to take profits from its vaccine for the first time. The company recorded full year revenues of $37.4 billion, an increase of 38% from the year before at constant exchange rates. So they made an increase in revenue, almost 50%. It says part of the boost came from $4 billion in sales of its vaccine developed with the University of Oxford. Despite rising revenue, AstraZeneca recorded a pre-tax loss of $265 million due to costs from its purchase of U.S. drug company Alexion Pharmaceuticals and new drug research. And what movie comes to mind when you think about what it did with this pandemic is the movies Mission Impossible 2. Mission Impossible 2, also called Chimera. It says Chimera was a virus created by, for all those who saw the movie already, would know exactly what take place, but that's gonna read through what the movie was about. It says Chimera was a virus created by Biocide Pharmaceuticals, and its cure is Bellerophon. I did look up that term chimera already, and it went back to a Greek deity or something. So it says chimera was a virus created by Biocide Pharmaceuticals, and its cure is Bellerophon. And in the movie, they already had the cure or the antidote And it's the same thing. It's the same thing now. They already had the vaccine prepared for you people, and they made it look as though it was, you know, an emergency, or they approved an emergency, vaccine, which was a lie. Back in 2019, the virus came out around November, and I think it was either October or September. You heard Kilgate saying in a conference that they need to prepare for the next pandemic. They need to gather the resources to prepare for the next pandemic, and 2 months later, boom, it had a great virus spreading through the world. These people already had their plans at work. It says Chimera was a virus created by Biocide Pharmaceuticals and its cure in Bellerophon. So what I'm showing you here is that it was created in a lab. The same thing as the Max 19. It was created in a lab by scientists. So who are the ones that are actually using destruction to make it, or to get wealth, using fear and death of people, to make merchandise of them? The ones in control. That is why they got rid of all herbal doctors, and they bashed them. They even got the prime minister said that all these bush doctors, all these herbal doctors, they're not gonna help you when it comes to the Max 19, which is you could see that the amount was paid off. It says Biocide intended to release the virus in the public worldwide so they can get massive profit from monopolizing its cure. When you look up that word monopolizing, it's the same thing that they're doing now. It says to monopolize. It says of an organizational group obtain exclusive possession or control of a trade, commodity, or service, have or take the greatest share of, get or keep exclusively to oneself. So they already had the cure. Not the cure, okay, they really cure you, but they already had the vaccine prepared. And what they did, they shared it among themselves. When you look up that word monopoly, let's see if I find it. You got to understand what it means by the term monopolize. Monopoly. Go down into the roots. The origin, it says from via Latin, from Greek monopolion, from monos, which is single, and polyon, which is to sell. So one person owns, and one person is in control in order to sell whatever commodity or service it has. Now, when you break down the word monopoly, it actually goes back to mono, which means one, and poly, which means many. So one owns many. So that is why they try to get rid of they try to get rid. Let's see if I could go back. They try to get rid of the middle class, where only the rich will have ownership of these businesses, of these resources, of these commodities, of so-called cure for the Max 19. For the Max 19, so that they could control price, they could jack up the price, they could do whatsoever they want with it, because they alone have it. When When you study business or economics, I understand supply and demand. When one person owned it, they could control the price, and that is what they did in Chimera, Mission Impossible Chimera, Mission Impossible 2. It says by a certain time to release the virus in the public worldwide so they can get massive profit from monopolizing its cure. The virus and its cure are based off the Greek myth where the hero Bellerophon defeats a monster called the Chimera. You know, so when you see these companies making billions in sales, guess what? They already had these things in plan. They already had these things in motion before it became visible to the public's eye. You know, this is this is James 5 and verse 1. What? It says James 5 and verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments moth eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of laborers who have reaped down your field, which is of you, kept back by fraud, cried, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the heirs of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you." Understand? So all these riches that they got is by ill means, whether it be by robbery or by fraud, by deceit, by making merchandise of men, using fear, But the Lord said, the cries of them which have reaped have entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, and the Lord is a just war. And the Lord is gonna bring vengeance unto all you that set your heart upon riches. Look at it in Proverbs 13 and verse 11. It says, a wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathered by labor shall increase. And your wealth was gotten by vanity. Your wealth was gotten by destroying, raping, murdering, deception, because that is one of the main tools, deception. And they use it again. You use deceit in order to increase your abundance, increase your wealth. And not only those companies benefited, but also companies like Facebook, companies like Amazon. These companies benefited companies like Instagram, all these Netflix. And who suffered? The middle class. The middle class and the poor man suffered, because while they were at home suffering due to lockdown or due to their business having to be closed, guess what? These not elites, but these puppets for the elites, their businesses were running, because they have mostly online businesses, so their share price raised, their net worth raised by billions in less than a year, and these things that we try to show you people out here, and we get scoffed at for bringing it out. We get hated for bringing it out, for trying to show you who the devil really is and his nature. And guess what? We're gonna keep bringing it out. We're gonna keep bringing out the truth. We're gonna keep bringing out the lies and the deceit of the so-called white man. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 13. Start at verse I'll start at verse, you know what? Let me start at verse 10. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So when you go out there and you're preaching the truth, guess what? These people actually, don't want to hear the truth. These people rather go out and tell them that, peace gonna come. You're gonna increase in wealth. You're gonna increase in, in riches. Sow a seed and your bread basket gonna be full. These people rather hear these things than to hear that destruction coming from the Lord, which is what is actually gonna happen. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path. That is what these people try to convince us to do. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So basically, don't speak about the Lord. Don't speak about Yahweh Shai. Speak about Jesus. Speak about Allah. Speak about money. Speak about cars and luxury. Speak about Egyptology. That is basically what they, tell us. In their own words. It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the sword and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. The scripture says the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night, to your all surprise, at a sudden, and all your iniquity, all your wickedness are gonna fall upon you, and they're gonna fall upon these Edomites as well, because they have to pay for each and every act that they've done unto the Lord's people. I don't know. I think that is Psalm 73. Psalm 73 and verse 6, it says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. So they basically, scripture is saying they clothed in it's like how we clothed with wisdom and knowledge and laws. They clothed with violence and pride. It says the eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. What shall they bring it out? They know that what they're doing is wickedness, but they bring it out and say, guess what? We made billions in profits. They made billions in profits off of oppression, off of the simplicity by you people worldwide, off of the ignorance and the fear tactic that they use to control you into buying vaccines. And guess what? These people didn't actually buy the vaccines. You know who bought them? The governments. The governments bought them and pressurized you people into going and take them. So that I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Yahweh Kakwadash. The balance unto the apostles and the elders, a great mercy that surely do well. Peace and blessings unto the Akim. Show the four corners of the world. Until next time, I say shalom.